Today's obituaries are brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home. Funeral services for Brittany Lynn Champagne, age 32 of Coleman, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Bowman's Chapel Church with burial in Slidell, Louisiana. Coleman Heritage is in charge of arrangements. Brittany died on Sunday. Mr. Tracy Welch passed away Wednesday at Trinity Medical Center in Birmingham at the age of 83. Funeral services will be announced later by Moss Service Funeral Home. Ruby Edmonds passed away Tuesday at Coleman Regional Medical Center. Funeral services will be at 2 p.m. today at Moss Service Chapel. Interment in the New Mount Zion Cemetery. Robin Key will officiate. Funeral services for Mary Sweet, age 87 of Vinemont, are incomplete and will be announced later by Peck Funeral Home in Hartselle. She passed away yesterday. Funeral services for Grace Beatrice Bryan Parker, 86 of Coleman, will be at 1 p.m. tomorrow at Coleman Funeral Home Chapel. Perry Knight, Steve Bryan, and Dan Tomlinson officiate interment in Coleman City Cemetery. She passed away Tuesday at her residence. Visitation will be 6 to 8 p.m. tonight at the funeral home.
Today on 2 is brought to you by Premier Bank, and we are broadcasting at channel2coleman.com, where we archive our programs. You can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube, as well as channel2coleman.com.
We are all over the internet.
Yes,
everywhere.
We are everywhere. Was yesterday not a beautiful day for the weather?
It was beautiful. I was so excited. I would have worn shorts had I brought them with me, but I didn't.
Did you have an opportunity to get outside, or were you in class all day?
I was in class all day. I was so disappointed.
Yes. Oh, gosh, what a nice day it was. Mm-hmm. However, today will not be as nice. Oh. Cloudy and rainy today.
It's disappointing.
Our forecast is brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. We start with the satellite picture, and you can see considerable rainfall in the southeast, winter weather up north where it should be. Boy, not a good weekend to go to the beach, I guess, or at least not today or tomorrow. Here's our forecast for today. We will expect cloudy, windy weather, 80% chance of rain this afternoon with a high around 46. For tonight, a 90% chance of rain, low of 37. Tomorrow, sunshine returns. Temperature will warm up to 59, about like it was yesterday, I would imagine.
So nice.
Saturday, 67 with sunny skies. On Sunday, we have a slight chance of rain, a high of 57. Monday, 56. But then look at Tuesday and Wednesday, 67 on each day.
Woo!
Yes, maybe next weekend. Well, Saturday should be great. It's a high of 67,
that's
sunshine.
Exciting. It's about time
but,
we have some pretty.
Rain later on today and tonight. Tahani, I want to do a quick plug about Community Concert, which is coming up next Tuesday. And the entertainment is the Depew Brothers Band. Excuse me. They are classical bluegrass.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that makes for an interesting combination,
That'll
doesn't it? Classical bluegrass. There are, I think it's a 5-piece band. I watched the video on YouTube, and they're very, very entertaining.
Oh.
And we have 2 tickets that we'll give away as part of our merchant ads each day, now through next Tuesday. So anyway, you win the tickets and you can go to the concert for free.
Sounds good.
All right, let's see. Who's our guests for today?
Our guests today are Sheila Edwards and Ann Nuss, and they will be here talking about the MS Walk coming up soon.
That's what we have lined up for today. George Spear is here with news and commentary right after this.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Commentary on this Thursday morning, rather cloudy Thursday morning. Looking at the Coleman Times this morning, the lead story has to deal with the city of Huntsville. Huntsville's looking at the issue of people bringing farm animals into town. Ruby, don't take your love to town. Make sure you leave the dog behind, or rather the chicken house, whatever you do, because that's what they're talking about. Apparently back in the early 1960s, there was an ordinance that was passed by the city council at that time regarding no chicken houses, and livestock in homes inside the municipality. But now this becomes such an issue that Councilman Charles Wilson says, if I wanted to live next to a chicken house, I'd move out to the country. Well, good, bad, or indifferent, I understand that sort of logic. Of course, it takes those chicken houses for chicken nuggets, doesn't it? That's the way that goes. But nonetheless, apparently the ordinance that was passed back in the early 60s wasn't signed. It must have been an unpopular. I would think in the early 60s it'd be a very unpopular thing, because I believe we were maybe more of an agrarian society and such back then. But nonetheless, they're looking at it now, how they can deal with this, especially if you already got a chicken house there. What are you going to do? Move it? That doesn't make much sense. Well, apparently, I hadn't thought of this, but Radio Shack, we have heard, will be closing like about 1,000, a little over 1,000 stores in America. We have 2 of them in Coleman County, and they're going to close 65 Radio Shack stores in the state, 65. Apparently, according to the Coleman Times, the owner of the one up in the Coleman Shopping Center, Rex Helms, says that he will not be affected. Of course, now he carries their lineup of things, but it's privately owned, and he says that it should not have an effect on us at all. Of course, Radio Shack doesn't want much said by its employees about the issue, so puts to question the one in a Town Square Shopping Center south of us here in Southtown. That one may very well get the axe, although no one knows for sure. The day and age of going to Radio Shack to buy your electronics is basically over with. Look at all that's available now. The Best Buys, used to be Circuit City, even they suffered the fallout. Best Buy has been able to keep its brick and mortar operations open. But on the internet, it's just so easy to buy electronics now. Also in Blount County, the district attorney over there, Pamela Casey, speaking out about inappropriate relationships between teachers and students. They've got 2 people over there in the last 3 months, 2 school employees from Susan Moore High School found themselves in jail because of inappropriate contact with students. She says, according to the district attorney, that it is underreported. The problem is underreported in Blount County, which makes you wonder, is it that same situation in Coleman County? I think some folks just turn a blind eye, if that's the term, toward the problem. There are 200,000 of these things sitting on corners and shopping malls and everywhere else, 200,000 ATMs, and they all run on Windows XP, which, if you say, well, what's the problem with that? XP is an older operating system, and come April the 8th, Microsoft will not be providing security updates to it. Well, security is the name of the game when it comes to an ATM, right? The people who own the banks and executives are trying to work a deal with Microsoft to keep their ATMs, their software, up to date and out of the issue of hackers and such. And it's going to be difficult trying to negotiate a separate deal, because replacing 200,000 ATMs, somebody's going to pay the price, and it's not going to be the banker, probably the way that's going. Also, a bill to allow people to carry loaded pistols in their vehicles without having a concealed carry permit from the sheriff has won approval yesterday in the Alabama Senate Judiciary Committee. Apparently Scott Beeson, who's a Republican, represents Gardendale. He says now it's going to the Senate. It'll also have to pass the House and be signed by the governor into law. It's an unpopular bill, especially among law enforcement. The idea of someone having a gun within reach. And I read once, I don't know that it's true, but I read once that Alabama has the most cases of road rage. Of most, I can't imagine that being the case, especially with highly populated states like up in New York and all that. Those folks shoot first and then maybe have a question later, don't know. Also, I don't know about you, but I like some of these reality shows. I think we've just about worn Alaska out. We've had Alaska Ultimate Survivor, you've got Gold Rush, you've got Gold Rush 2, Son of Gold Rush, and everything else when it comes to some of these reality shows on Discovery and the Learning Channel and A&E and such. But one of those that a lot of folks enjoy is one that Chef Robert Irvine is hosting, called Restaurant Impossible. You know, he's the British guy that goes in and turns the restaurant around, right? Well, he came up to the Muscle Shoals area a couple of years ago and did a show inside one restaurant there. Well, no longer had he left and the door closed, then they closed the restaurant down. The people decided it wasn't worth all the work or whatever. So, but he's back again, Restaurant Impossible, back up in the Shoals area. Also, they've got I don't know, if you like watching American Pickers, I do, seeing those old things they find, you know, these two guys, Mike Wolf, and I forgot the other guy's name. They're up there this week in the Muscle Shoals area. A&E Network's American Pickers is looking through barns and such as that. So we'll see an episode, I'm sure, this coming season of that up there. I like those kind of programs. I like seeing the old stuff. I'm glad to know some folks hold on to it. Stay tuned, more of Today on 2 after this.
Very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
We continue with more of Today on 2, and this part of our program, we like to give away some prizes. We have the bag of assorted apples from Steel Orchard, and we also have the family barbecue package of barbecue from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we also have 2 tickets to the Depew Brothers Band Tuesday night community concert at the Betty Leith Haynes Theater at Wallace State College. And those are the prizes for today. All you have to do is correctly answer a question about one of our ads. Here we go with the ads for today, starting with Cups Accounting and Tax Service, where you get quality service at reasonable rates. Check with Cups before you pay too much. Cups Accounting and Tax Service.
Tires for Less. It's more than just tires. We do oil changes, minor engine repairs, shocks and brakes. Go see Greg at the guys in Tires for Less on 2nd Avenue North, Highway 31.
Cotton State Barns of Cullman, buy or rent to own, carports, playsets, utility trailers, and storage buildings. Located on Highway 278, just west of the interstate. No credit check, you're automatically approved.
Yates Chance Christian Bookstore, they have a new inventory of Bibles. They have large and extra large print that they have available. All new colors and varieties, and their quilted Bible covers are 50% off in the South Coleman Shopping Center.
Barnett Tax Service. Elna Barnett can do your taxes and do the electronic filing. She has been in business for 41 years, located a block north of the post office on Main Avenue.
And BFit is now open. It's next to Renard's Gallery and Gifts. There's no contract. It's $50 a month, and you get a personal trainer.
Kayla Salon and Day Spa. Walk-ins are welcome. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 8 to 6. They have 9 stylists to serve you. They're on 1st Avenue Southwest in Coleman. Kayla Salon and Day Spa.
And Earl's Body Shop, they have been voted best towing service, and they've been celebrating 50 years of serving you. Large and small towing available, and they do local and long distance. They're on Highway 31 North in Coleman, and you can visit them at earlsbodyshop.com.
And Pizza Hut in Hanceville, located across the street from Wallace State College, featuring the lunch buffet every day from 11 until 2 with a 10% discount for Wallace State students. That's at Pizza Hut in Hanceville.
And Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue, they have the family barbecue packs for $13.99. You get a pound of meat, 2 16-ounce sides, and 4 buns, and that's in the Berlin Quick Stop on Highway 278.
And Mr. Hicks Menswear, offering suits and sport coats made to your measurements. Of course, don't forget the fact that they have regular big and tall size clothing in stock at all times at Mr. Hicks Menswear.
And Dairy Queen's Blizzard of the Month is Mint Oreo. Here, it's all green for St. Patrick's Day, and it is available through the month of March, so you can go ahead and go get one at the Coleman Dairy Queen.
Those are some of the merchant ads we have for today. Question for today is about Barnett Tax Service. Who is the owner of Barnett Tax Service? Who is the owner of Barnett Tax Service?
That's an excellent question.
256-734-7399 is our telephone number. We have the bag of apples from Steel Orchard. We have the pound of barbecue from Mad Dog Mike's Barbecue, and 2 tickets to next week's community concert. Go ahead and call in right now while we watch Money Matters, brought to you by Premier Bank.
Hello, this is Adam Shebb with Premier Bank. Today I would like to talk with you about the importance of having a checking account through tax refund time. Not only can your tax refund be direct deposited, but it can also be accessed immediately by using either a debit card, by getting cash at your local bank, or by using checks. This will also save you time by not having to get your tax refund on a stored value card or by getting your check through the mail. Having a bank account will help you through everyday life, especially during tax refund time. This has been Adam Shedd with Money Matters.
For today, once again, our question is, who is the owner at Barnett Tax Service? And we have someone calling in already. Hello, who's calling?
This is Julia.
Hi, Julia. From where are you calling?
Coleman.
Okay, who owns Barnett Tax Service?
Elna Barnett.
Didn't fool you for a minute, did I, Julia?
Good job.
Way to go, Julia. Stay on the line, please. Thanks for calling in. Miss Elna Barnett is the owner of Barnett Tax Service. By the way, she's not the only person there. We always feature her on the ad, but she does have other people that can do your taxes as well. So that's why they're able to take walk-ins without an appointment to
that
do
answers so many questions that I have every time I see that ad.
Okay.
I always wondered.
Let's look at the rest of our merchant ads right now, starting with Mullins Body Shop. Over 50 years, they've been doing auto body repair and towing. Call Sunny, Stacy, Beth, or Jim at 256-734-1353.
And Deb's Bookstore is your hometown bookstore. It's just down the road, and browsers are always welcome. Used books are half price every day, and new books are 20% off every day. And it's 3rd Street Southwest in Coleman, so go pay her a visit.
It's My Party, where they have balloons in all shapes and sizes. It's My Party, located on 2nd Avenue Southeast. Anything you need for any type of a party is available at It's My Party.
And Irish Eyes are smiling. Go green and celebrate with your favorite wine, beer, or cider at Brown & Company Beverages. They are on Highway 157 Northwest in Coleman, and they are next to the Ford dealership.
And the Coleman Wellness and Aquatic Center has the full fitness center with weights, cardio, and professional training, the indoor walking track, the indoor pool, and of course all sorts of classes to your taste and for your time of day.
In the Candle Garden, they have hand-poured candles and over 50 luscious fragrances, and Be sure to check them out at their new location, which is next to Moe's Barbecue. You can call them at 256-739-9702.
And Jolly Time Rentals, where fun is always in the air. They rent these large inflatable slides and bounce slides. Also, concession equipment is available. Call Holly Mullins.
Grand Point Pharmacy, they're there when you need them. They open at 7:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and third-party insurances are welcome. So they are located on Highway 31 North. Go see them.
Barnett Tax Service, Elna Barnett can do your tax returns and the electronic filing. She also does bookkeeping for small businesses, including preparing your W-2s and 1099s. Barnett Tax Service.
Auto Tech Repair and Service, they are an electronic diagnostic team. They do major engine repairs, transmission repair, brake repair, foreign and domestic. So go see them there in Vinemont.
There we go, the merchant ads for today. Now it's time to check our birthdays and see who celebrates on the 6th day of March.
Daniel Smallwood and
Zani
Johnson Hardiman and David Anderson.
And of course we will be giving away our prize tomorrow on our program, the ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. Also for anniversaries, we give away the gift certificate
to the Candle Garden. Yes, so call us in.
We'll continue with more of Today on 2 right after this.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Ladies are back with us today to talk about the annual MS Walk. Sheila Edwards and Ann Nuss. Good to see you again, ladies.
Yes, it's a delight to be here.
First of all, Sheila, let's start with people who may not know about multiple sclerosis. Tell us exactly about the disease.
Okay. Thank you for having us today. And what it is multiple sclerosis is it affects the central nervous system. And everyone is different that has MS. That's a big issue. But if you think about, everybody knows what a wire looks like. For example, this mic wire. What happens when your system attacks itself, and when it attacks itself, it goes into overdrive with your immune system, and it eats away what's called the myelin on the nerve. So it would eat away like this wire rubber coating. Currently, there's over 6,300 people here in Alabama that has MS, and that's just the latest statistics. And I'm very sure it's higher than that.
Is it 63,000?
No, it's 6,300.
Well, see, I know about zero.
Just an X-maker.
What age does a person usually be diagnosed?
That's in the past, they would say in the early 20s on up. But currently, there is small children that has MS. In fact, Dr. Legank several years ago had a child that was 3 years old with MS.
Wow. Attentive parents have to be, and the attentiveness of the family or the individual is, or that would totally be missed.
Right.
Sheila, tell us your story.
Okay, well, I was a banker for 30 years, very active, had never really been sick, and in the past, what I have dealt with in our support group, the majority of the people are type A personalities, have never been sick, I don't know why. It doesn't affect a lazy person, but it does affect us, and everyone's different, what I have, maybe Ann doesn't have at the time, and the medications are different, and you just kind of have to work with them. And let me back up, there's no cure for MS. They don't know what causes it, and what we actually have is there's 10 medicines that current available on the market that actually slows down your MS. And sometimes you have to tweet it. You remember last year I was telling you I was on Abagio. That was the second pill. Yeah. Now I'm Tecardera, which has helped. You know, I've not had any new lesions, and that's the important thing. As Dr. Legank, that's his goal for all of us, that we do not get worse than we are.
Right.
And there's like a pill for everything. You get a pill for dizziness, you get a pill for walking, you know, just different things. You get a pill for numbing, being numb. We should be very proud in Coleman. Dr. Legank is world known for the research on MS. His mother had MS, and he vowed after that to help to find the cure. And with that, currently he has 10 research projects going on at his location, which is North Central Neurology. He currently has over 2,000 MS patients, and that's not just from around Coleman or Tennessee or Georgia or any place like that. He actually has some patients from New York that I just found about the other day.
And how about your story?
Well, you know, you're a middle-aged, overweight, tired nurse. You think, you know, I just feel droopy. Then you pass out at work, and, you know, helps to be the nurse, helps to be there. Worked for 38 years as a nurse, and just simply got to the stage that was diagnosed in 05, had to quit in 07. Was an on-call kind of a nurse that went back in the middle of the night, loved it, everything was great. I was very dismissive. Nurses take care of everyone else. Yeah. And that's one of the phrases Dr. Legank asked my husband at our first visit. Is she dismissive of her symptoms, and does she tolerate pain? And he said, oh yes, and mine too, he pointed out. But I just thought I was tired and that I just couldn't get it together. But an MRI showed over 20 lesions. And within 6 months, I had over 30 lesions and was started on an injection. Now I've been moved to an IV, once a month injection rather than the daily injections. Leg weakness had become a great problem for me, and there's a newer one. To me, it's a newer one. Anything in the last couple of years is newer. There's one called Ampera, and I've been started on it since the first of the year, and it has strengthened my legs. Just got back from Mardi Gras and was able to walk with a walker or a wheelchair in front of me. Wouldn't have been able to walk without any assistance, but tolerated 5 days and without. And there are injections for relapse that I think are just magnificent for me. And it's Acthar. It's all the medicines are tremendously expensive, and you pray for good coverage. And this is another thing that everybody's battling. The first of the year, you know, we had to go through the pre-certification and be sure that your drugs were still going to be covered, or if your deductible was going to go up. And I think that's made a tremendous. I think Sheila has run into some of that.
Oh, yes.
Where I have not. Mine continued on.
Yeah. I don't want to run out of time, but we are getting short. Tell us about the walk coming up.
Yes, the walk is next Saturday, March the 15th. It's going to be at Heritage Park. Sign-in is at 8:30. I have brought some information. If you've not signed in to walk, you can go to www.walkms.org. We really need more walkers, and it doesn't cost anything to walk, but if you raise at least $100, you get a National MS t-shirt. And last year we had over 600 walkers, and we raised $75,000. Wow. So that's a big challenge for this year. We really need additional walkers. Yeah, we do.
Are we not the top in the state?
We are. Actually, Coleman, we raise more money than anybody else, and that's that we're talking about Birmingham, we're talking about Huntsville, so we're talking about the big cities. So it's very important when somebody comes up to you and asks, can you please give me a donation for the MS Walk, because that goes through for research and also to help us for our local chapters. We have support information that is given to us in programs to help us be able to go out and look for and ask for help, because our medicines are so expensive.
And we also are able to help our less, don't want to say but our members that have less,
right,
that are strictly on a fixed income, that maybe don't have a spouse that are able to, help them. And we're able to help them with power bills, or the state is able to help them with car repairs, or get them even a used power wheelchair, or a wheelchair or a walker. There's so many things, as well as helping with the research. There are so many tangible things that our local people need and people in the state need.
And that's very important, because it does wipe you out. It wipes out. If you have any savings, it's gone for sure. One of the things at the walk, we'll have, we're going to have a band, we're going to have a bouncy thing for the children. And it's just a fun event, because most of the time we don't see our fellow people.
And we have distributors that are there, with their wares and public service sort of booths, as it be. So.
And Dr. Legaint's team, we every team designs their own T-shirt, and we've been known as the Legaint Warriors because there's so many of us.
Okay, a week from Saturday at Heritage Park.
Right.
All right.
Thank you for the time.
Okay, we'll see you both next year.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right.
Maybe we'll have a cure by then.
We'll be back with more right after this.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it, to feel it, to be in it, to be upon it, and to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. And Bibles for Teens' first annual Be the One 5K and Fun Run is going to be Saturday, March 22nd at the Coleman Fest Hall. You can register beginning at 8 a.m. and the 5K starts at 9 a.m. If you want to pre-register, you can do that at www.active.com or at biblesforteens.com. And by recycling your aluminum cans through the Coleman Animal Shelter, you can help them provide for their homeless animals. They have a recycling bin at their location, and all donations are welcome. And the Little Paws Arts and Crafts Show, it's an indoor-outdoor event, and it is sponsored by the Hanceville Elementary PTO. It'll be March 14th and 15th from 9 to 6 each day. It'll be at the Old Armory Building in Hanceville, and the admission is free, so you can contact Tanya Mitchell for more information. And individuals concerned with the future of Coleman Memory Gardens, you can call 256-735-4170 to determine a course of action. And like we were just talking about, the Coleman MS Walk is March 15th at Heritage Park, and you can start signing in at 8:30. And there's no fee to walk, but with a $100 donation, you can receive a free t-shirt. So you can register at walkms.org. If you have a community billboard you'd like to send to us, just email it to us at channel2coleman@gmail.com. You can leave a message by phone at 256-734-7399 or be a friend on Facebook at Channel 2 Coleman.
The weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. Here's the forecast for today. 80% chance of rain this afternoon, a high around 46 today. Not warming up much at all. More rain continuing into the evening hours. Low tomorrow 37. Sunshine returns tomorrow with a high of 59. And tomorrow is That's Politics on Today on 2. Who's our guest tomorrow?
Tomorrow, John White will be here, and he's running for Associate Commissioner.
That'll be our program tomorrow. Thank you for watching Today on 2, brought to you by Premier Bank.
Have a great day.